hard to digest the narrative that like we just have to do everything for housing. There's nothing city council can do to, to get in the way of that. When we watched you all stop a housing development across the railroad tracks last year because the downtown business community wanted to save a parking lot, and now you've jumped across the river, across the tracks here, and are angling to put a residential subdivision on the only river that we have. I'd be curious if the city has plans to develop another river, because that's the only one we've got. And if you destroy it, the riparian corridor, as this young lady described earlier, it doesn't come back. I'd be curious where this idea came from that the people of West Laramie just desperately want a residential subdivision instead of an industrial corridor. I don't remember being asked that. In fact, I was at the zoning change meeting where unanimously the residents of West Laramie spoke against the zoning change. Wildlife, which is something that I value as well, tend to live harmoniously among empty structures. It's people they don't like. So if we're trying to protect our wildlife, putting a residential subdivision there is probably the worst thing that you can do. And I also want to push back on this idea of like, it's just a piece of private land. There's, we just don't know what's coming. I was in a meeting 5 years ago with city planners who were describing to me that this was a priority area for residential development. So this isn't a surprise thing. This isn't it's a private property thing that could go anyway. The city has long had plans to develop this land as residential property, and I think they've been fairly transparent about it. So at this juncture, to come back and say, it could go anyway, this has long been in the works, and I just want everybody to have an honest conversation about the reality of this project.
Thank you. Mr. Matamore?
There is a third alternative. My wife came up with this, so she gets all the credit. West Laramie is the most organized and vocal community in the city. I'm also the chairman of the planning commission. So I see you all when you come there and tell us what you think.
The
and
west
you
side.
do.
It's the west side.
West side. Right.
That's the name of our
West side neighborhood. My wife's idea was, since she spent 25 years raising money for the university, is this neighborhood could build an organization, hire some grant writers, or there's probably some grant writers in this room, if you look around. Write some grants, go to the Nature Conservancy, there are foundations looking to give people money from one end of the United States to the other. Now, I don't know what the Geist brothers want for this property. It's $2 million. That's chump change to some of these foundations. You could write grants and buy it because it is private property. And all these people want to do at 4G is silly. They've sat on it since the 1970s. Money talks. So write some grants. Get some foundations on your side, get the Nature Conservancy on your side, buy it, and then come to the Planning Commission and say, we want to change the zoning to something that will never be touched, and we'll pass it.